Hello, Leo, Pussycat Pride Tribe. How are you? Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. We're going to do an energy check-in, see what's going on with you, look into you deeply, Leo. I hope the lighting in here is okay. It's just like the time of year here where I am, where it's 8 o'clock and the sun seems to be rising at 8 a.m. And it's so cloudy and gray. It's really dark in here, and the light source that's in here isn't very good. So I've added another light source. It's kind of indirect. So we'll see. I don't know. It doesn't seem that bright. I don't know if I changed the setting. And anyways, I'm just trying to make it a little bit better for the camera. Leo, we are going to use my Tarot of Positive Clarity and my teeny tiny Rider-Waite deck to find out, look into your current energy. What's going on with you, Leo? It's general. Because it's general, you know, it may or may not resonate. If it does, and you are drawn to it, there is an extended. The link to that is at the top of the description within this video. All right, Leo. Let's take a look at Leo's energy. What is Leo's energy right now? Energetic flow for Leo. Leo's energy. Leo's energy reading for Leo. Oh, you're trying to move beyond a point of disappointment and find an achievement here. You've got the 5 of Cups and the 7 of Wands. The 7 of Wands is almost like on your way to the 6. It's kind of funny, right? Like there's 6 wands at the top there. So you're trying to get to achievement. The 6 of Wands is literally Leo energy. I can't remember what planetary placement it is, but it is Leo and something. The 5 of Cups, though, this is like mourning something, mourning a loss. You're in process. That's what I would say. You're currently in process, Leo. And this is a big shift, though. Because this person is all dressed in black, completely unseen. They're within a building. Their energy, their emotions are kind of all very self-contained. And with the 7 of Wands, this feels more like stripping off all of the black, the mourning garb, the garb that you would wear in a period of mourning, feeling sad or disappointed about how something has worked out. This is a big shift. It actually feels like you are in process in the middle of a big shift. And even the flowers that she's holding, like I'm trying to figure out, were they once white and they discolored and, you know, started to dry out? Were they sort of yellow? And I'm just wondering that because yellow, I believe, and I can't remember what white is. I know yellow is friendship, red is love. But there's definitely, I don't know if you're actually mourning a friendship. Mourning something, you're mourning something in your life, but you literally are in process to get to the higher ground here. The 7 of Wands is a little bit like getting to the higher ground. I have not said that in the longest time with this card, with the 7 of Wands. Getting to the higher ground, being on the higher ground so you can have a better perspective here of what's going on. It's almost like crawling out of your own shadow, climbing out of your own shadow, climbing out of your own shadow work so that you can get to higher ground here and you can have a better perspective on everything around you. The timing feels really correct as well. It's almost reminded me, you know, when you've ever watched a documentary or movie or read a book on people climbing mountains or Mount Everest, it's always about the weather. It's literally always about the weather and the timing in that. And this is like waking up and sitting in a storm for a bit, sitting and waiting for the storm to pass, maybe a storm within you on some level. And then waking up and the skies are clear. And the only thing that's left is a bit of like haze, low cloud that's sitting there, but it's dissipating. It's all moving off. Waking up, this is almost to be like the sleeping bag. Getting the sleeping bag off, coming out of the tent. This outfit is shaped like a tent. And then coming out into the clearing and getting ready to get to the top of the mountain. Getting ready to, and the top of the mountain is often like it's going uphill. So it's climbing through some sort of more difficult period in life. And it really feels like you are in process, Leo, and you are on your way to the Six of Wands here. The timing is right. The weather is clearing. I don't know. Figuratively. Here, the weather could not be worse. It is so gray and cold and rainy. I'm thinking if it was at least snow, it would brighten everything up. It's so dark. It's almost like this. This is the weather that I'm experiencing right now. It's like what perhaps emotionally you might be, or I don't feel like you're deep in it. It feels like walking away. This almost feels like, you know, when someone walks up to the grave or to the coffin one last time before they leave the building. It's their final piece on something, and then they walk away. Yeah, you're really, this look at these. Like, just look at the shift in spatial perspective, like what's surrounding you, the colors, the light. It's all very, very different. Oh, the light's freaking out the birds because it's near the door. So there's something new near the bird feeder. So they're all in, but they're not sure if they should go there. Huh. I don't know. Maybe you're meant to hear that. The light. Maybe you're not sure if you're meant to go there because you see the light. You see the light of day. It seems, the weather seems good. Could it change? Kind of like coming out of the tent and looking around and thinking, the weather can change quickly up here. Is this the time? Is this the time for me to change my approach to this day? I won't be staying in the tent. I won't be in this period of mourning. I won't be looking down. I will be looking up at my goal. And I will be getting out and taking the steps to get to my goal. And the goal doesn't necessarily feel like, the goal doesn't feel like, you know, some sort of achievement. Like, it is an achievement, but it's more on a personal, spiritual, emotional achievement. And by clearing this and comparing that to, you know, buying a house or, I don't know, you're like all those physical sort of achievements, monetary things perhaps, or yeah, this is a much more, you get to this mountain, you get to the top of the peak here. That's your success because you have finally cleared this cycle. It just feels like this is it. This is it. It feels like you were about to clear a cycle coming out of a period of mourning. And, you know, I'm not saying M-O-R-N-I-N. I'm saying M-O-U-R-N, like a mourn, to mourn the loss of something. And look at the bottom. Oh, look at this. Wow. Yes. You have the Nine of Wands and the star at the bottom. Wow, there's almost like there's a surprise at the top of the mountain. I'm not going to show you the cards all together. I want to tell you the story as it unfolds. The Nine of Wands, and you know, I don't know what the reflection is like with the new light source, so I'm kind of moving it like this, you can see. Look at, they're at the top. She's at the top of the mountain. And the wands are around her. Now, it's the same person. It's the damn same person. It is. Same person. Same outfit. Look at that. See, I told you. You go to the top of the mountain. So you're going to the top of the mountain. You're going to get there. This is the whole point. You're getting there. And the Nine of Wands, you know, you're going to be a little bit tired. It is tired. Yeah, she's even got some scars on her arms and her pants. I never noticed that before. Pants are ripped and she's bleeding a little bit. It's been a difficult struggle. You know, you've got some stones and things to watch along the way as you're going up to this peak. This emotional climax. And it's not that kind of climax. This is like coming out of a seeing the light. You know, it's this kind of, this Nine of Wands, because sometimes it's the wounded warrior, but often feeling really tired and defeated and, oh my God, how much longer can I go on with this? But this one is more the energy of, if you wake up and you are feeling sort of like you have gone past something in your life, you've cleared something in your life, you've been able to get through it, it hasn't been the easiest time for you, but you wake up and the weather is just like what I'm describing. This is out my window. It is gray and it is raining and it's shitty. It's just shitty and yucky, and there's really nothing nice about it. Because it's cold too, so it just makes it feel worse. Yesterday I think it was 1 degree Celsius when I woke up, and this morning it was 4. So it makes it feel even worse if it was anything, if it was warmer. If there was one element that was slightly different from what we're experiencing, you wouldn't feel so But if your energy, you know, this is the kind of weather that could be hard on people that are kind of feeling down, or just already feeling sort of emotionally and I'm getting like adrenal, like, right, your adrenal system, feeling kind of down. This doesn't help that. But this is the shift. And when I say that, it's because, well, you haven't cleared the cycle. You're sort of meant to just kind of still rest and recuperate. But this is a beautiful, this weather is great. At the top of the hill, you can see, you can actually, so you've come out of the darkness, you've come out of your fog, and the things around you are supporting that. And because of it, even though I'm tired, it was a lot of work getting through this, you have that feeling of hope. That feeling of hope. You know, I don't feel like I've got a lot in me today, but I'm going to sit out in the sun. I'm going to sit out in the sun on my porch. I'm going to listen to the birds. I'm going to enjoy the breeze. That's the hope. That's that hope. Because the universe, the world around you you're in alignment with that part of that cycle. Here you are. Because why I'm really going there is because you have this star that's sitting behind it. And the star there's a lot of meanings behind it, but one of the biggest ones is about healing. And this is really an elixir. Like, she's coming out of the ocean and she's drinking the elixir of life. Because that's what this feels like being part of life again. This is not part of life, right? Like, this is actually a living person being in the energy and the cycle of death. You know, like sort of connecting more on the cycle of death somehow. She's in black. She's mourning. She's connected still to, she or he is connected still physically, emotionally, psychologically to death, which is a deep part of the spiritual realm, but it's really not where you are. You know, it's a place to go for a while. And this is almost like coming back to the living. Coming back to the living, Leo. You are in process to this, and you are literally at the edge of the cliff. I mean, like, oh, maybe you are. Maybe you're about to hit Fool energy, about to just start your new beginning. But it's like at the edge, like looking up at it, and here we go. So it does feel like there might be one more of a bit of I don't want to say a mountain, a knoll. A ledge to climb up. You've climbed up the hardest part so far. Circumstances around you are supporting you with this weather change to me. It's time to go. It is time to go. If the weather wasn't supporting you, it wasn't the time to go. It was not the time to get to the top of the mountain. It will be, and it's going to feel so good. And I really feel like if things have been happening like in your life lately, you've been in a particular cycle where, you know, you're feeling like, okay, I think I've done the best that I can do for me. I've done a lot of healing. I've done a lot of reflection. Yeah, I think I'm good. I'm beyond this. And then the day just does not unfold in that way. So you just kind of brought back. It's almost the universe's way. It doesn't feel like it at the time. I mean, we can get into our heads and say, yeah, you know what? I'm not meant for good things. Good things are not meant for me. This is just how life is going to be. Like, we can get into kind of that negative mindset. But actually, after we start to get out of it, and then we can look back on everything, because usually we have to. Because when you're in the soup, it's hard to see all the ingredients. Really is. You're just part of the ingredient mix. So once you're out of the soup, you can look at it and you can say, yeah, you know what? Everything really did happen in the right timing for me. If I had been able to move forward when I thought I was ready, I wouldn't have been ready. Things wouldn't have worked out well. Realizing that the universe is sort of working in conjunction with you here. And here, this is it. This is your coming out. You're coming out. I don't want to say that you're not still going to, you don't need to look after yourself on some level here with the Nine of Wands, but it's not going to take very long. And it's not like you're going to feel like you take 2 steps forward and then you take 1 step back. And then the next day you take 2 steps forward and 2 steps back. This is you take 2 steps forward and that feels really good. Next day you take 2 steps forward. That feels really good. It really is that energy. Let's see. Let's look. Look at this split. Oh yeah, and the 5 of Cups was on the bottom anyways when I showed you this deck. The 5 of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles. Looking after the self, Leo. Really looking after the self and looking fine. Looking fine. Come on now. I'm a little disappointed. I guess it's not the right timing. I pre-ordered months ago the Wild Unknown. So I don't know if you know this because it's not out yet. So the Wild Unknown Tarot, there's a teeny tiny mini deck for it. I pre-ordered it on Amazon because that's where it was. I don't know where else I would pre-order it. And I pre-ordered it back in like June or July. And it was supposed to come out in September. So I keep looking online. And it was moved to beginning of October. And it was the middle of October. And of course, when I look, it's always a couple weeks away from when it's actually supposed to come out. So I get excited and look again and know it's been pushed back 2 more weeks. And then it was the end of October. So then I looked yesterday and now it's November 16th. And I'm really excited to get it. It would be 3 teeny tiny tarot decks, and it would be the Wild Unknown. Anyways, that's what I got going on. So this is my 5 of Cups. The energy, the universe is not supporting that deck coming to me yet. The 5 of Cups. Oh, Tower. Oh, Page of Cups and the Tower. Oh. You know what I feel like? I kind of feel like you may have been, one of the processes that you've been working through here is, you know, having a positive attitude or having hope or putting like olive branches out to people or a person or being very subtle or kind and gentle with romantic gestures, or I don't know. It's very innocent and sweet. And then the Tower. And then you end up in disappointment. There's some sort of process here about your own innocence and divinity that you've been working through. If you think of innocence, I mean, we often, I think of the 2 most vulnerable aspects of the human existence, the time frame of being a human being, is being very, very young, being a small child, and then being very, very old. Because both of those age groups rely on outside sources to help them and look after them often. But they are also, too, the age groups that are more connected to the divine than the ones in between. Because the young ones just came from divinity, so it's still real fresh with them. They're not fully grounded here on earth. And where the older ones are starting to see shit, like, you ain't talking to Aunt Thelma's not there, Grandma. I'm telling you, Aunt Thelma was in the room and I was talking to her. Like, you know, they just start connecting with spirit on a big way. So that's innocence and that's purity and it's divinity. But you know, I'm guessing if you're coming to this reading, I don't know, maybe you are. Maybe you are in a nursing home. I think I have a very, very small group in their 80s and 90s on my, the background schematics here. For the most part, I think it's between like mid-30s and mid-50s. Closer to the mid-30s and 40s age range. But like that's an age range where you have to work harder to hit divinity. You have to work harder to find your spiritual connections. You have to make a practice about it. You have to put an intention in your day. Otherwise you are literally just in a physical realm, because you are at the furthest point from divinity. This here to me looks like, although for some of you, divinity is probably something that's always strong with you. Very strong with you. So even as a child, you may have been like you might have seen all sorts of stuff. You might have had out-of-body experiences. You might have had a lot of clairvoyancy, like all sorts of stuff going on. As you've gotten older, had to really practice that. And keep it strong, keep it flowing, keep it just natural. So there is an element of that. And that not everybody connects with you on that level. That this is just kind of things crumble down, crumble away. What the hell? It really is like just being like the sweetest part of you, and it's not always accepted. It's not always wanted. Was that my stomach or Lily's? I don't know if that came out of the camera. I don't know what that was. I guess it was my stomach. That was really weird. Yeah. Okay, 7 of Wands here. You know, the other thing that I'm getting to, I mean, this can be both, because when you're in this state too, the 5 of Cups, you're not really open to much. You're not, you know, you could be standing at, this is just, you know, thinking of someone who's mourning, like in the literal sense. If you're standing at a grave, if you're standing at a coffin, and it's somebody who meant a lot to you, and you're not ready to walk away from that coffin yet, from that grave site. You're not ready to put this to rest. You're not ready to walk away from the feelings that you have of this loss. And like, you know, then someone comes up and says, oh, Mom or Helen or Peter, come on, let's go. It's time to go. No, I don't want it. And you know, it could be anything. It could be love offers that, you know, and people kind of even just noticing that you are not in the best capacity to receive them. And then, yeah, they've fallen away. I don't know. There's definitely something here about the innocence and purity of divine self and love and sweetness. And that not going off very well here. So the 7 of Wands. The inner child will rise again. The 7 of Cups. The Lovers. Look at, you are ready to explore your options. I couldn't really say that even more. The Lovers, or, you know, I mean, it can be about lovers, but for the true sense of the card, and it is echoed very strongly with the 7 of Cups, it's about choices. Choices. You are really ready to explore your choices. You're ready to go up there. You're ready to go up there. You're ready to go up there and see what's up there. What's out there? What's available? What is out there for me? Oh, that's interesting. You're kind of getting back in the game there. You're getting back in the game, Leo. That's how we would describe it. You're getting back in the game. Leo's putting their paw in the game. Getting ready to anyways. Getting ready to. You're not necessarily there yet because you're climbing up there. You're getting there. The 9 of Wands. The 9 of Wands. Oh, wow. Well, you're going to find something nice up there. Look at this. You got the Knight of Swords and the 2 of Cups. I feel like almost impatience. An energy of being impatient. Like just impatient to go. Ready to go. Nothing's holding you back. What did I say, though? Like, look at that. You're going to get to the top. It is going to be the 9 of Wands where you kind of feeling a little bit... Oh, boy. But there's nothing in front of you to hold you back. The Knight of Swords. The weather, the circumstances, your day, how it unfolds. There's nothing there that stops you. You're getting back in the game, and you're getting in the game at the right time. Because they're going to throw you that ball, and you're going to get a touchdown, or have a field goal, or do something. The Star. the Star. You and all your sexy glory, Leo. Look at going from the Five of Pentacles to the Queen of Wands and the Fool. I talked about the Fool going off the cliff. He's going off the cliff. Confidence. Confidence, Leo. Coming out of this. Look at 2 5s. 5 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles. Getting out of there. Not being part of anything here. You got the confidence to not give a shit. I'm just saying that because, if I'm not a part of that, whatever. I'm going to find what I'm a part of. I'm Leo. Dynamic. I'm interesting. And taking this leap here. Going for it, baby. Knowing that the universe supports you each step of the way. Just feeling the cycle. You're feeling the cycle change. Oh, this is good. This is nice. I like this for you, Leo. Good pussycat energy. What's at the bottom? Chariot. Sun. Oh, shit. You're going right into your energy and ain't nothing going to stop you now. Movement. Beautiful movement. You are finding yourself. You're finding your true self. You're on your way to your happiest days, your brightest moments, your warmest, sunniest times, as opposed to this shitty ass rain crap. Rain is okay. It's just so gray. I don't know. Anyways, that's it. That's what I got, Leo. I love doing that for you. Until next time. Oh, yeah, I'm going to go do the extended if you want to go there with me. If you don't, that's okay, too. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.